Good morning, boys and girls. I hope that you were able to watch that video about Wangari and understand that that is a true story. She is a real person and she did amazing things to help Africa and our earth by planting trees. Today is Earth Day, so we're going to read a little article about saving water, because saving water also has to do with helping the earth. If we run out of water, then we won't have trees and plants, right? So we want to save water also. That will help our earth. Let's begin at the top where it says saving water, and I would like you to read along with me the best you can. If 80%, that means most of our bodies, and 70% of the earth are made up of water, it must be pretty important. So first graders, you've been learning about cutting things, shapes in half, okay, and fourths. So if you were to take a circle, like we've been learning about, okay, and cut it in 4 pieces, our bodies and the earth would be this much water. We would color 3 pieces in. This much of our body is skin and bones and blood and all of that stuff. The rest is made up of water. This much of the earth is land. The rest is water. Seems a little crazy, huh? So most of our bodies and earth are made up of water, so it must be pretty important. In fact, humans and animals cannot survive without clean water. There are many different ways that we can help save water. We can turn off the faucet. Oh my goodness. Do you recognize that word? That's our A-U-A, faucet. When we are brushing our teeth. So when you're brushing your teeth, you get your toothbrush wet, you put it in your mouth, turn the water off while you brush your teeth for 2 minutes, and then turn it back on to rinse. That's going to help save a lot of water. And since we brush our teeth 2 to 3 times a day, this really adds up. We can also take quick showers when possible instead of baths. Did you know that a shower, if it's a quick shower, it takes less water than filling the bathtub up? We can use old water that we didn't drink or that is collected outside to water plants. And lastly, don't flush the toilet too much. Only flush it when you need to. Some kids just love the sound of flushing the toilet, so they flush it all the time just to play, and that wastes a lot of water. So when you have a glass of water and you don't drink it all, instead of pouring it back in the sink, you could go pour it into one of your plants to help water your plants, all right? This time when we read it through, I want you to think about the central idea. What is the main idea of this story? What is it mostly talking about? Okay, let's read again. Saving water. If 80% of our bodies and 70% of the earth are made of water, it must be pretty important. In fact, humans and animals cannot survive without clean water. There are many different ways that we can help save water. We can turn off the faucet when we are brushing our teeth. Since we brush our teeth 2 to 3 times a day, this really adds up. We can also take quick showers when possible instead of baths. We can use old water that we didn't drink or that is collected outside to water plants. And lastly, don't flush the toilet too much. When we're looking for the main idea of a story, a lot of times the title will give us a clue. And the title of this story is Saving Water. So What do you think the central idea or main idea of this story might be? Can you find it and just run your finger across it? I saw a lot of you point here. We can help save water, and I agree. I think that that is the main idea of the story, is that we, as each one of us as people, can help save water. Okay, so I'm going to write that as the main idea or central idea. Now if you want to get a piece of paper, or if you have a notebook, I know Brooklyn's mom bought her a notebook to do all of her work in. So if you have a notebook that you're doing your work in, you can grab that and a pencil and write this right along with me. We can help save water. And that means that every one of us can help. Just like we're helping the country right now by staying in our houses and not gathering with lots of people to help contain the virus, we can also help save water by doing some different things. The things that they told us that we can do to help save water, those are the key details. So let's look back at some of the things they told us that we can do that could help save water. Okay, we can turn off the faucet when we're brushing our teeth. Let's see. We can take quick showers instead of baths. We can use old water. So water that we might just pour down the sink or dump outside, we could use it to water our plants. And don't flush the toilet too much. Okay? So I highlighted 4 things that we can do to help save water, 4 key details. We just need to choose one. So would you choose your favorite one and write it on your paper? And I'm going to choose my favorite one and write it on my paper, okay? Okay, I wrote we can turn off the faucet, and that doesn't mean just when we're brushing our teeth, but I know that while I've been staying here with my grandkids, I have a little grandson named Gio, or his name's George, but we call him Gio, and he's almost 2, and so sometimes he goes around and he turns the water on in the sink and just walks away. He doesn't think about turning it off. So that can waste a lot of water. All that water just goes down the drain. So if we can make sure that we're turning off the water and we're reminding our brothers and sisters to turn off the water when we're not using it, that's going to help save a lot of water. Now before I finish, I'm going to highlight my uppercase letter and punctuation in both of my sentences. And I am done. When you have finished, you can type your name in the text box and turn in your assignment. Thanks for joining me today. Bye.